Hi there, my name is Missy Frederick, and this is my field interview in an assisted living community in Maple Valley, Washington, named Fountain Court Independent and Assisted Living. I chose Fountain Court because it was close to me, and I felt it was important to see what resources were in my immediate area. One area of the social determinant of healthcare spectrum is a neighborhood in the built environment. This is the intersection between your housing, your environment, and your health. Fountain Court provides this important aspect. The building itself is a large apartment type setting in a wooded area. There's 10 duplex cottages that are also available. The community it's really nice. It feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's grass and several walking paths that wind their way around the community. Excuse me. I met with the registered nurse, Taya, and talked with her a bit about her job and how the facility used the care coordinated model to contribute to the care continuum of its residents. Care coordination is the part of the care continuum, allowing for smooth transitions between healthcare services. Brown and colleagues defines care coordination as a set of activities that assist patients and their families in self-management of their health conditions and their psychosocial problems more effectively, as well as coordinating care between their providers and ensuring that appropriate level of care is maintained. You must be 55 or older to live in the community. It is not requirement that you need medical care or that you have a disability. The facility offers independent senior living that can transition into assisted living. The community is a demonstration of care coordination with a care continuum of socialization, living, healthcare, and a sense of community. A resident can live independently until they can't, and at that point, there are services in place to help them manage daily activities. The care team includes the residents and their family and caregivers, if they have them and if it's necessary, a registered nurse who will design the care plan, and the executive staff, which includes everybody mentioned, and the resident services director and the executive director. Other potential members of the team could be the kitchen staff, if there's allergies or dietary restrictions, the primary care physician, specialists, physical therapy, occupational therapy, home hospice. Throughout this entire process, communication is key. It's important that they are constantly communicating with each other and with the resident. The first step in becoming a resident is to attend a tour and a complimentary lunch. If the resident is interested in becoming a member of the community, the care coordinator, who's the registered nurse, will meet with them, excuse me, and their family or caregivers and assess their medical needs. She will assess if the resident would be a good fit based on the wants and needs of all involved, including medical care needed, if any. If it is determined they would be a good fit, then the RN will create a continuum plan coordinating the doctor's notes, family and caregiver input, and any other source that would allow them to create the care coordination plan that the staff and resident will use to manage their stay. Once the resident is onboarded, the executive staff, including the registered nurse, resident services, and executive director, will be in constant communication. Excuse me. A review will happen on day 7, on day 30, and annually after that. The residents can request a review of their plan at any time, and when a major medical event happens, the plan is automatically renewed. Sorry. Once the resident is accepted into the facility, they can remain until their death or more intense medical care is necessary. The transition from independent living to assisted living is seamless, as the care can be added as the resident needs it and will not require them to leave their space. If someone is required to move into a more substantial medical support housing, the care coordination team works closely with the other facility, the caregivers, the family members, to ensure a smooth transition from assisted living to the other facility, such as a memory care, hospital, rehab center, etc. A person can choose to leave the facility providing they provide a 30-day move-out notice. If a sudden medical event changes the resident's status, the 30-day notice is waived, but the resident will continue to be charged until the possessions are removed from their apartment. The facility offers medication management. Um, they provide a pharmacy and they prefer that the residents use that pharmacy. They can self-manage, the residents can self-manage if they qualify. They the monthly cost includes housekeeping once a week, 3 meals a day, laundry service once a week, personal care such as helping bathing, um, getting dressed, that kind of stuff. Transportation services, so they have a van that will take them to doctor's appointments, or they can schedule for an outing. There's a doctor that is monitoring their health and helping manage it. They have assistance obtaining health supplies, and they also help people to eat if they have difficulty eating. Friends and colleagues have found that physical activity has been shown to protect against cognitive decline, while inactivity results in higher levels of depression. Keeping that in mind, combined with person-centered care, the social aspects of living at Fountain Court is addressed with multiple options for the residents. There is age-appropriate field trips and drives. There's opportunities to play games with other residents, such as checkers, chess, card games, bingo night, video games, etc. There's some form of physical activity that is offered every day as exercise classes, such as yoga, tai chi, stretching, walking, fitness. Activities such as these can help reduce the risk of falls, which can be detrimental to the well-being of older persons. If the residents are not feeling social on any particular day, the staff members will come to their apartment, sit and visit with them. This helps to reduce loneliness, and we know that loneliness among older people can negatively affect health outcomes. And there's a risk comparable to obesity, smoking, lack of exercise, and high blood pressure. And then there is an on-site beauty salon that residents can use. According to researchers, a significant difference can be made for older persons if they are encouraged to practice self-care, increasing self-esteem and reducing possible depressive episodes. The residents are followed closely through care coordination during the lifetime of their stay. The program is whole person driven. The staff at the facility realize the resident is not just a person who needs medical care. They are a person who wants engagement, socialization, physical activities, and to have their health care needs met. In the in the handbook residents are given is a list of local businesses and services that provide services to the facility, such as local banks, dry cleaners, food deliveries, etc. They also provide a directory of local dentists, physicians, chiropractors, and the staff will also help the residents ensure that they can get to these services and to use them when necessary. The needs of the residents are addressed prior to moving through the stay. The needs of the residents are addressed prior to moving in, followed through the stay, and coordinated as they leave. The biological, social, and psychological needs of the clients are addressed by social engagement, physical activities, creative activities, and mental health activities. An important aspect of this care continuum is the physical aspect of it. This facility is high-end. It offers a lot of services for its monthly rate, but a lot of it are also add-ons that are pay for services. They do not accept Medicaid or Medicare until the resident has self-paid for 2 years. I asked Taya what happens when a resident can no longer self-pay because of change in medical conditions. Her response was that if the resident hits that point and there are Medicaid beds available, the care team will work together with DSHS to get the person qualified for Medicaid early. However, if there are no beds available, the care team will then work with the residents and their family to find them a place where they can afford care. If during the onboarding process it is discovered that they cannot afford Fountain Court, then the outreach coordinator will work with the person to help them find a facility that reaches within their budget. I picked Fountain Court because it's near my home. It is a newer facility that is a member of a group that is nationwide. I appreciate the fact that community was created for healthy, active living, but allows for movement along the care continuum as the person's needs changes, creating a security like aging in place. Vashwick stated that the point of a continuum of care is to return to the basic principles of healthcare, to treat the whole person. Fountain attempts to meet this definition. They provide healthcare coordination and address the psychological, social, and biological models of health along the continuum. So my question for you is this: if you had the option to age in place, staying in a home you had lived in for most of your adult life, and manage your care through many different services, would you do that? Or would you want to live in a place such as Fountain Court? Which would you choose and why?